Success is the sum of small efforts repeated day in and day out. Namaskar, welcome to Next IES. I hope you are doing well. In this video, we are going to cover major headlines of the Hindu, Indian Express, and Press Information Bureau. So, without wasting any time, let's start today's discussion. And your first article talks about extradition, which is the process where one country surrenders an individual to another for prosecution or punishment. And it is in the news because recently Tahawur Hussain Rana was extradited from the US and brought to Delhi via special flight. Upon his arrival, he was formally arrested by the India's National Investigation Agency. Here you must know that Tahawur Hussain Rana was arrested in Chicago in 2009 for his involvement in the 2611 attacks and his role in planning attacks in Denmark. He fought against his extradition to India, citing double jeopardy, but US courts rejected Rana's double jeopardy claim, affirming that Indian charges were distinct and provided sufficient evidence for his extradition. And do you know, friends, India-US extradition treaty allows extradition of individual for serious offenses with certain conditions, but it includes crimes like aircraft hijacking and hostage taking. Next article talks about PM Poshan Scheme, and it is in the news because recently Ministry of Education has increased the material cost for cooking meals under the PM Poshan Scheme by 9.5% from May 1st due to inflation. Talking about PM Poshan Scheme, it is a centrally sponsored program that provides one hot cooked meal daily to 11.2 crore students in Bal Vatikas and class 1 to 8 across government and aided schools. This scheme aims to combat hunger and improve education by enhancing nutritional status of children in government and aided schools, and it also encourages regular school attendance, especially among disadvantaged children. Next article talks about gig workers and issues related to them. Here you must know that gig workers are individuals outside traditional employer-employee relationship, and they are classified into two groups. And here is platform workers, which use online platform or apps to connect with customers, while non-platform workers such as construction and temporary workers don't rely on these platforms. And now India is making progress in providing social security for gig workers, with central scheme offering health coverage under Ayushman Bharat, registration on eShram portal, and a transaction-based pension system. But despite being a founding member of the International Labour Organization, India has not ratified the Social Security Convention 1952, and the Code on Social Security also faces criticism for vague definitions, weak protections, and reliance on insufficient welfare boards. Therefore, to address these challenges, India must build universal social protection systems that can adapt to workforce changes, and the existing code should serve as a foundation for stronger, more inclusive, and accessible social security systems that leave no worker behind. Next article is related to Jyotiba Phule, who was born in 1827. He was a social reformer who dedicated his life to challenging caste oppression and advocating for education of women and marginalized communities. He co-founded India's first girls' schools with his wife Savitribai Phule in 1848 and later established the Satya Shodhak Samaj to oppose upper caste dominated reform movements. He also criticized the caste systems, comparing it to slavery, and worked for economic empowerment of the oppressed through education and social reforms. Next article is related to Pradhan Mantri Ayushman Bharat Health Infrastructure Mission, which is a centrally sponsored scheme and it is aimed at strengthening public health infrastructure, surveillance, and research across urban and rural areas. And now it is in the news because recently Delhi has taken a significant step in healthcare by launching the Pradhan Mantri Ayushman Bharat Health Infrastructure Mission, which was launched in 2021. And here you must know that Delhi also signed a memorandum of understanding to implement the Ayushman Bharat Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana, which offers rupees 5 lakh annual health cover per family at empaneled hospitals. And now Asian Development Bank has lowered India's financial year 2025-26 GDP growth forecast to 6.7%, citing risks from US tariffs, global uncertainty, and potential investment delays. ADB warns that aggressive US tariff could hurt global trade, potentially triggering a trade war and dampening growth across Asia. But India may benefit in the long term from trade diversion and firm looking for cost-effective alternatives to China. So with this, let's conclude today's discussion. Thanks for listening, and for regular updates, you can follow us on various social media platforms.